Hello, small group leaders. This is your February small group leader training. We're coming live to you from God's great outdoors. He's snowing on me, and he's snowing on you. We're all experiencing this weather, this storm. I was thinking about how storms of life affect us. They affect us personally, and they affect us as leaders. We all know that we're going to go through storms. Maybe the weatherman said it was coming, or maybe we were surprised by it, but storms in life just happen. And as a leader, we have to take that to a whole new level. We have to know how to navigate them personally, but then we also have to know how to navigate them as a leader. And not just a leader one-to-one, but also a leader in a group setting. You know, it's so easy to talk about the weather. It's even kind of cliche, we talked about the weather, right? But when it's what's happening, it's what we're talking about. And there's storms that happen all the time in life, and they affect our small group meetings. Like, for example, there's not just the storm that happens in the weather, but there's the storm that people in our group are going through interpersonally and relationally and professionally. We have all these things happening, and we have to navigate those in a group setting. We have our political climate and what's happening in the world, and this sense of uncertainty that's being cultivated inside of all of us. And I have to wonder, as small group leaders, what kind of forecast are we creating in our small group? We are going to go through storms. But as a leader, we need to be those who influence those towards this promise, that God can calm the storm, that we serve the God of the impossible. When people leave your small groups, they should know and be filled with faith. It's the question Jesus asked the disciples when he calmed the storm in the boat. He looked at them and said, "Where was your faith? Where was your faith?" And in the midst of the storms of life, where people feel more uncertain than maybe they ever have before, we need to be those in our group settings that set a forecast for them for the next week and the next few days and for their future, of faith and optimism, knowing, not being ignorant of the season and the storm, not just operating blindly, but instead in full knowledge, knowing that God calms storms, God overcomes, and we as leaders have the privilege of saying we serve the God who can do the miraculous in the midst of any storm. So that's my question for you. How are you leading your group? Is your group being dictated by this world's news and the circumstances of today? When people leave, have we just rehashed the news broadcast? Or have we talked about faith? Have we engaged God in such a way that we are sending those people who came to our group ready to take on the next challenge of faith that God has called them to? And that's the privilege of leading God's people. I simply want you to have an opportunity to take pause into your heart and go, how am I directing the conversation at my small group so that we are cultivating an atmosphere of faith? Love you guys so much. Thank you for leading, and God bless you.